discuss a little bit about welded connections. So the first thing, I have listed down few points. So the first thing is that the welding process is creating a strong metallurgical bond. Okay, that is first thing. And welding has advantages over bolting and riveting, because in case of bolting and riveting, we have to make holes and then we have to insert those bolts or riveting system. And therefore, what we do, we actually weaken the joints at some point of time because we are creating holes. If the number of holes is not efficiently done or the spacing is not efficiently done, it may lead to reduction in strength. Okay, but in case of welding, we're not doing that. We are connecting the plates without the necessary holes and etc. Right? So therefore, it has some advantages over bolting and riveting. Welding enables direct transfer of stress between the members, eliminating the gusset and splice plates necessary for bolting the structures. Okay, so the weight of the joint is minimum. In case of welding, we saw that we have a single cover, double cover type of joint. Then what is gusset plate? In one plate, if on one side we are adding one structural member, another side another structural member, then we have here bolt connections. So this is a gusset plate. So these extra plates are not required in case of welding, and therefore the weight of the structure is minimum or lower, I should say. Then third thing, absence of holes improves efficiency because we do not require holes for bolting, and that is required for bolting and riveting. Therefore, the efficiency is more. The air tightness or water tightness is also more. Now, we do not have operations like drilling, punching, etc. Therefore, it may ultimately lead to better economy. And this is very important, that if we are doing welding, then we can get airtight and watertight joints, which is not possible in case of riveting and bolting. And other points are simple. It has a neat appearance. It is rigid compared to the structures, and a truly continuous structure can be formed. Generally, welded joints are strong. This is important. Generally, welded joints are strong, or they may be stronger than the base metal, thereby placing no restriction on the joints. Now, we already know that joints should be proper in case of welding because we are joining the two materials by a metallurgical bond. The joints sometimes can be stronger, even stronger than the base metal, than the rest of the element. Then welding process, there are basically two processes. One is gas welding, one is arc welding. In case of gas welding, what we do, acetylene is the gas that is used. Okay, and in case of arc, an electric arc is used to join the two structural pieces. Okay, gas welding is simple, inexpensive, and the most common welding process, especially use electric energy as the heat electric arc. Okay, so this is the difference, gas welding and arc welding. In gas welding, what we do, acetylene is the gas used, and in arc welding, electric arc is used for welding. And electric arc welding is the most common type of welding. Then we come to next point, which is types of joints. And here also we get this butt joint, lap joint. This is similar. This is the way they are joined. This meaning is same. In earlier case, here we had bolting, but in this case, we won't have the bolts, but we have welding here. Sorry. We will have welding at this joint. We will have welding here. This is a corner joint. We'll have welding here. So this is a butt joint. Again, it's the joint. We will have at the edges. Okay, welding, and here also we'll have welding at the edges. So these are the types of jointing: butt joint, corner joint, lap joint, T joint, edge joint. Just as the names, okay. This is giving a T shape, so this is a T joint. Here we are doing welding at the edges, so it's an edge joint. Left type, so it's a left joint. This is corner joint, and this is butt joint. Then that was joint, and what are the type of weld? Okay, so there are basically two types. One is fillet weld, fillet suitable for left joint, and T. Okay, the fillet will be like this kind of triangular. So here what we will have, most probably we will have a fillet type of joint, because one plate is like this and one plate is like this. To join them we will have a welding like this, right? This type of welding, which is kind of a triangular, that welding is fillet welding. Okay, and groove weld, this is the other type for butt and corner joints. Yeah, this one is butt weld, and this is fillet weld. Okay, so fillet weld is kind of this way, kind of a triangular at the edges, and this is butt welding. So here in this case we will have a butt joint. One plate is like this, another is like this. So what we have, ultimately we join them like this. This type of welding is joining plates. So this is butt weld and this is fillet weld. These are the main two types. Butt weld will also be called as groove weld. So not to be confused. Sometimes people write butt weld and sometimes people write groove weld. They are of the same time. This is the type of weld, and the earlier one was type of joints. Okay, so these are the types of joints, and this is the type of weld. And this butt weld will also be called sometimes as groove weld. Okay, they are the same thing, not to be confused. Then there are different types of butt weld also, as they are used in the structures. So okay, according if two plates which are of same dimension, they are in the same plane, they are connected, this is square groove because of this shape. Okay, here if we have some cut like this, and it becomes a triangular type of thing, but not as the fillet weld. The fillet weld is like this. Okay, and this is single V groove. This is single B weld. One side is straight, one side is inclined. This one. So this is single B weld groove weld. And this one is having a U shape, just the name says single U. Okay, and this one is called J. So very small difference between this type of welding. Sometimes in between this one and this one, there is very small difference. Okay, you see, it's according to the plate, according to the structural members that are being connected. According to them, we will have different types of butt weld or groove weld. Okay, it will depend upon what type of structural members we are trying to connect. Okay, then these welds are expressed by different type of symbols. Okay, this is, and this is for the B1 that we had here. For this one, this is for bevel when one side is straight. This way we have different type of symbols. And this is okay. You just have to know that there are this type of symbols. Then this one is important. So this is a fillet weld. How do we represent the fillet weld? How we express and write about the fillet weld? And what are the different components? So this is called the leg. Okay. of the fillet weld. Okay, this is the welding. Okay, this is a welding. This is the welding. It is in this direction. In this direction, there are welding. Okay, we are looking at the cross section. So this one is called the leg of the weld, or also the size of the weld. And this value here is called the throat. Okay, this is root. So this is important. What are the components? This is asked in exam. Also in competitive exam, these things can be asked. So this is important. Okay. So this is theoretical throat here from this point to this point, but actually effective throat is larger because what? When we did the welding, this entire zone got affected. Okay, the entire zone got affected, and therefore this is effective throat. Then again, this is the leg, and that same leg is also the size. So if we say that we have a fillet weld of 3 mm size, we are talking about this value. We are talking about this value. Okay, so we designate the fillet weld with its size. We say 3 mm, 5 mm, or 6 mm. What do we mean? We mean this value. We mean the leg of the weld. Then defects. Okay, so this is an ideal weld here. Perfect. In some cases, there may be cracks that we do not want. In some cases, there may be porosity. Some it is not properly done. There we have undercut. The members are not properly joined. We have undercut here and here also. Then slag inclusion in between welding. There are some slags. This is spotter. It's not properly done. We have droplets nearby the joints. Okay. Here we have some incomplete fusion. Not everything is properly joined. Not everything is properly burned. We have some gap, right? Then incomplete penetration. We are not completely going here. Here we have gap in between, and here we have gap at the bottom. Okay, and this is overlap. So we're supposed to have like this, but we are going on the sideway, and we are making an overlap. So these are the defects that we do not want. We want a perfect weld. Okay, which is going to give us proper strength and also be less costly and will look good. Then this one is from IS 800. So we have to go through the IS code 800. Please download the IS 800 and keep it in your system. We have to look the IS 800, different clauses of IS 800. We have to go back and study some of the important clauses. If you study more, then it's obviously very nice. You are most welcome, but there will be some clauses we shall discuss which are important. Then what it says is the thickness of the thicker part. So we are connecting two plates. The thickness of those plates are given. Okay. Which one we are considering? We are considering the thicker part. So one plate is like this, and one plate is like this. For example, so what we are doing, we are taking the thickness of the thicker plate up to 10 mm. The minimum size of the fillet weld is 3 mm.